All right. Well, that went quite well. So we're going to just push on, carry on to the next thing. So, similar idea with number one compared to last time. Just got 3 strings we're working with instead of the 2. So it's just going up 5, 7, 5, 7. So first, third, and then same idea. It's down here on the 3. Do I have blueberry on my lip? Looks like I had blue on there. I had blueberries. That thing stains. Those things stained my face. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, let me turn that off. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, legato. This one might be difficult to count at first, but it's notated a certain way to be less messy. Yeah, because we could use a bunch of tied eighth notes as, I don't know if we've done that yet. But yeah, using tied eighth notes is a nice way to show like where downbeats and upbeats are. For example, like right here, we have this eighth note tied across the bar line, but we're not playing right here because it's tied. So it's ringing out for the length of a quarter note. And we come in again right here. So if we did a bunch of tied eighth notes to make it easier to see where all the downbeats and upbeats are, we'd have a lot of these notes in parentheses, and then it's kind of confusing to try and make sense of, well, what's a hammer-on and a pull-off versus a tied note. So we gotta do a bit of math here. So I have the counts. The eighth note counts at the top of the screen or the top of the paper, because think of it as like you have an eighth note grid. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So each one of these represents 1/8 notes. So a quarter note is the length of 2/8 notes. So practicing like counting this stuff before you apply the fingering is a really good idea. Really good idea. Playing things, breaking things down in half is another good idea. You might want to break it down just first half, second half kind of thing, because if you start, you can just do like the second bar. Just make sure that you pick that first note. If you do, only play the second bar by itself. So just remember that when you play both together, this needs to be a note you hammer on, but you don't pick. So just be careful. If you do practice this by itself, you do need to pick it first. But I don't want you to just be careful you don't get in the habit of always picking that first note when you go back to doing both bars. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so yeah, counting 1 bar at a time, 2 bars at a time, the whole thing together without playing anything, just counting it is a great thing to do. Really helps make sure you have good rhythmic skills as well. So we got your quarter note here, so that's going to be on beat 1. Then we have this 8th note. That's going to be on beat 2. Because it's an 8th note that only takes up one of these things, so the very next thing has to be on the an, or the upbeat of 2, which is a quarter note here. So that is on the upbeat of 2. It's a quarter note, so that's going to take up this an as well as the 3. So those two things right there. So that means when we hit another note, this 8th note here is on the upbeat of 3. And this quarter note is on beat number 4. So what we have here is 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Second bar. 8th note at the start, so that's beat number 1. And it's an 8th note, so it only covers one of those things. So next is a quarter note. So that's going to be on the upbeat of 1. So that hits on the and, goes across the 2. So then that means we play once again on the upbeat of 2 on this 8th note. So the and of 2 or the upbeat of 2. And then we finish with 2 quarter notes. So that's just the 3 as well as the 4. So here we have 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. So down here we're starting with your 2 quarter notes, then an 8th note. So that's going to be on beats 1, 2, 3. But this being an 8th note followed by the quarter note, that means we're going to be playing on the upbeat of 3 for the quarter note. So that's going to ring out across those 2 right there. And then this 8th note at the very end, so that final and, or the n at the end of the count. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. So the next bar, we're not playing anything on the downbeat of 1. This note is ringing out across that bar line. So when we start playing new notes in this 4th bar, that's going to be on the upbeat of 1. So that's going to be on the an here. And we got 2 quarter notes, so on beats 2 and 3. 2, 3, and then 2 8th notes to finish it off, so that would be 4 and. So the count here, we would have and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and. So the count for the whole thing is this: 3, 4, 1, 2 and 4, 1 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 2, 3, 4 and done. Again, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 4, 1 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 2, 3, 4 and done. Now, in addition to getting the count, you want to know what your fingers are doing. So, really just got kind of 2 things happening. First thing, you got your 1st, 3rd, and 4th fingers. And then, so consider that like the ascending part, because we start with the hammer-ons. Then we got the descending part, because we start with the pull-offs. And then we have your 1st, 2nd, and 4th fingers being used. So the ascending part, descending. All right, and then it's time to put the whole thing together. So break it down into as many pieces as you need. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 2, 3, 4 and done. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was terrible. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, so oh, yeah, I forgot what the heck I wrote. This is what we have for the finger synchronization thing. So we start pinky down to index finger, ring finger, pinky, ring, index, and then again. So fairly common thing people will play, that kind of pattern of. So we're going to keep this in harmonic minor. Then we go down half step there, start with the pinky, index finger, but now the middle. I'm actually terrible at this pattern. I never practice it. So let's see what happens. I need to practice it more. It'll make me better. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. Any questions come up, let me know. Hope you have a good vacation, and see you again in your new videos.